Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about one of the most dominant forces in MMA history, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, there's been a lot of talk about who the best wrestler in MMA is, and while there are plenty of contenders, today we're going to break down why Khabib is the best wrestler we've ever seen in the sport. We're going deep into the numbers, his technique, and how his Sambo background turned him into the most dominant wrestler the sport has ever seen. And of course, we'll compare him to other great grapplers like Charles Oliveira, and explain how Khabib's wrestling would have given him the edge over anyone in that conversation. So, let's get into it. Let's start with some statistics. Khabib's stats don't lie. This man was a machine on the mat. First off, let's talk about control time. Khabib spent an insane 72% of his total fight time controlling his opponents. That's ridiculous when you think about it. For context, if Khabib is on top of you, you're not getting up. His control is suffocating. He knows how to tie up opponents in positions where they can't do anything, and that's where his wrestling shines. Now, let's look at his takedown accuracy. Khabib lands 49% of his takedown attempts. That might not sound crazy compared to other wrestlers like John Jones or DC, but here's the thing. Khabib isn't just shooting for takedowns randomly. He's relentless, constantly pressuring his opponent, and when he goes for a takedown, it's usually in a position where they can't defend it properly. That's why his accuracy is so high. It's not about how many takedowns he shoots. It's about the right takedowns, in the right moments, at the right time. And on top of that, we can't forget his takedown defense. Khabib's takedown defense is 84%. That's right. Khabib only got takedown in one fight early in his career against Abel Trujillo. You can argue about his opponent's skill level, but that number is nuts. It doesn't matter who you are. If you can't take Khabib down, you're in a world of hurt. And we haven't even touched on his submissions yet. Khabib has 11 submissions in his career, and his ability to submit opponents off of control positions is unmatched. He has a unique way of working from top control, finding openings for submissions even when it looks like his opponent might have escaped. That's what makes his ground game so dangerous. It's not just about control. It's about finishing fights. Now, we have to talk about Khabib's background. This is key to understanding why he's the best. Khabib's Sambo background is where it all started. Sambo is a Russian martial art that focuses heavily on wrestling, throws, and ground control. All things Khabib uses to perfection in his MMA career. In Sambo, the emphasis isn't just on pure wrestling. It's about using trips, throws, and trips to bring your opponent to the ground, then controlling them there. Khabib's ability to chain different types of takedowns, whether it's single legs, double legs, or just using the clinch to drag people to the floor, all comes from his Sambo training. But it's not just about the physical skill set. Sambo also teaches you how to control the fight mentally. In a sport like MMA, where mental toughness is everything, Khabib's Sambo roots helped him stay calm, focused, and relentless. His fight IQ is through the roof, and he understands the nuances of grappling better than anyone else. What makes Khabib's wrestling so dominant in MMA compared to wrestlers from other backgrounds is how fluid he is in all positions. He doesn't just rely on pure wrestling. He mixes in his Sambo, his striking, and his ability to control every aspect of the fight. He's not just a wrestler who stands up and shoots for takedowns. He's a complete grappler, controlling the fight wherever it goes. Now, let's talk about some other top-tier wrestlers and grapplers in MMA, like Charles Oliveira. Oliveira is considered one of the best submission specialists the sport has ever seen. And, for good reason, The dude has 16 submissions in the UFC alone. But here's where Khabib's wrestling would have made the difference in a matchup. Oliveira's takedown defense isn't the greatest. It sits at around 50%. That means, if Khabib wanted to, he could easily take Oliveira down and control him. And once Khabib has control, it's game over. Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is incredible, no doubt about it. But once Khabib has you grounded, he's not just holding you in place. He's either going to beat you up, transition to a submission, or make you so exhausted you can't defend yourself anymore. Khabib would have had Oliveira's back on the ground, working for positions and wearing him down until he got a submission, or TKO. Oliveira's jiu-jitsu isn't enough to survive against the constant pressure Khabib brings. And let's be honest, Khabib doesn't let guys get back up. You saw it in his fights with guys like Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. Once he had them down, they were stuck. Compare that to someone like Daniel Cormier, a wrestler who's also one of the best to ever do it. DC has a better pure wrestling background than Khabib, but Khabib's grappling style in MMA is so superior. Khabib has this unique way of blending striking, clinch work, and wrestling to tire out his opponents. He's always keeping them guessing, whereas DC's wrestling tends to rely more on pure wrestling exchanges. The main thing that makes Khabib's wrestling unmatched is the way he applies it. It's not just about getting the takedown. It's about controlling your opponent's movements, tiring them out, and breaking their will. He has this relentless style where he's always moving forward, always pushing, always putting pressure on his opponents, and that's what wore guys down. His ability to control every aspect of a fight, from the clinch to the ground, to finding submission openings, is second to none. He never gives his opponents a chance to breathe, and that's why his takedowns are so effective. He can make you feel like you're fighting for your life just to stay on your feet. And when he gets you to the ground, you're not getting up. So there you have it. Khabib's wrestling isn't just the best in MMA. It's the most complete, the most dominant, and the most effective. His Sambo background, combined with his mental toughness and relentless pressure, made him a force we've never seen before in MMA. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you agree that Khabib is the best wrestler in MMA history? Or do you think there's someone else who could take that title? Until next time, peace out.